All right, how's it going, guys? I'm Dr. Anthony Mitchell. I'm a practicing optometrist in the state of North Carolina, and today I'm just going to answer some questions about nearsightedness in kids and what you can do about it, because I hear this all the time from parents when they come and get eye exams with me. And so, one of the easiest things, or the most popular current trend right now, is a lens called ortho Ks, which is orthokeratology. These lenses essentially are lenses that your kid can put in before they go to sleep. So they'll sleep in these contacts, and while they're sleeping, these lenses are very unique because they have this flattening here, which then flattens the cornea. So it reduces some of the steepness of the cornea, which then allows them to wake up, take the contacts out, and see without glasses. So they put them in when they go to sleep, take them out when they wake up, and they do not have to wear anything to be able to see. So if they can see 20/20 with glasses, they'll be able to see 20/20 without glasses when they do this method. And the compression, if you do this daily, helps slows down the changes of the nearsightedness, which slows down the myopia. So this is a great option for a lot of kids, especially for parents who want to slow down these changes that are happening, especially if you notice that they're changing a lot. There's another lens uh, called Myosight. These are soft contact lenses. And so these essentially are just lenses that you can put in like regular daily contact lenses. These are made by Cooper Vision, which is a very popular contact lens brand. You might not even know that you're actually wearing their product, but this is a product that they have that's been FDA approved. And then same thing. So here they kind of show you what they've kind of found over the studies, where it kind of slows down the changes that someone can experience with their myopia. And so same thing. So if the other contexts are not a method that you could do because expenses, because a lot of times insurance doesn't cover ortho K lenses. This is another option that can be do, and insurance can usually cover these lenses, but they're also pretty expensive too. But then another question I get is like, what if my kid doesn't like wearing contact lenses, or I don't feel comfortable doing it because of like hygiene? So there are drops that can be used, which are called atropine drops. These are dilating drops. So these are lenses we use in the, not lenses, these are drops that we use in the clinic to dilate patients. It can dilate for a very long time. And so this is an option that can be done too. So you can put these in right before the kid goes to sleep. The downside about these drops is, well, two things. One is it has the same dilating effects, so light sensitivity and blurry vision. And so it's not really effective way to, you know, you want to slow down the myopia, but then this also gives them, temporary blurriness. So it kind of contradicts to your ability to be able to see throughout the day. And so putting it in at night is very helpful. While I was looking for this, I found an interesting study too that it showed like low dosage of atropine, like if it's too low, didn't really help in this study. So there's definitely a certain amount that can be done. So if you're going to do this method, I definitely would recommend you follow through with someone who's done this a lot. I don't practice this method because I don't really practice with long-term treatment of myopia, but there are people that do, and so just talk to the doctor, get their insight, so they can show you their credibility with this method as well. And then if drops are hard to do, or you don't want to do this, there's nothing you can do, which is, of course, you can do like a bifocal. So exactly what you think. Um, just like what you do. So like when we get a little older, after the age of like 45, you need help being able to see far away and up close. So eventually you have to get inside of a bifocal, which just gives you both viewing points. You could do this for kids too. And then what this does is just kind of reduces their accommodative demand, which then can help slow down the progression of the myopia. So both progressive lenses and line bifocals can be helpful. I've seen the progressive lens method done. Also, progressive lenses are great because it doesn't have that visible line, so no one knows that your child is wearing it. So this is a great method too. Um, and then you could also do like multifocal contacts, which is a whole nother thing to think about. But if you're going to do contacts and soft lenses, you'd be better off just doing the Myosight, to be honest. So anyway, so these are four quick and easy options to kind of reduce the changes in the nearsightedness, so the myopia, if this is something you want to do for your kid. And reasons why you would want to do this, because long term there are some high risk things associated with myopia, so like retinal detachment, and that is something that if that happens, that can equate to vision loss. And so if you can reduce the changes of myopia, because essentially there's two big reasons for myopia, and the biggest one is the eye is elongating, so it gets longer. So every time their prescription increases, the length of their eye is probably increasing, and there's only so much tissue that can you can imagine a tissue in your eye. There's only so much it can keep thinning out, and before it ends up leading to like a tear or rip, which then eventually can lead to retinal detachment. So this is one of the biggest reasons why you want to do something like this. Not all myopia is the same. Not everyone's going to get that. If you don't do anything like this for your kid, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Those are big things to worry about, but there are corrective things like LASIK and things which are very good options too if your only concern is just visual acuity. But if you want to slow down, or reduce the risk of high risk diseases or developments in the eye, these are methods that are very good options to do that, and are being currently studied and are well studied too. And also, go send your kid outside, let them touch grass. Do that. Anyway, if you learned something new, consider subscribing, and then I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.